strength of an implicature is another way to look at the implicatures. Based on their strength, we can divide implicatures as strong implicatures and weak implicatures. Let's talk about strong implicatures first. Strong implicature is the one which within a communication is the main point of that communication. By that we mean that if a hearer misses that point, he would not be able to understand the conversation or the main idea or the meaning of the conversation. So he would not be able to connect the relevance between what has been said and what is being said now. For that matter, strong implicature, we can say, is the one which makes an hearer understand what is being said. And if he doesn't understand that implicature, he would miss the talk overall. The idea is that sometimes a speaker intends that her hearer grasp a particular implication without which the utterance would not be relevant. If we look at an example here, we have two speakers here, and we can see that Bill's utterance in this example provide us an idea about the strong implicature. Albert talks to Bill in a way, "Can you give me a hand with this work?" And Bill answers, I have a huge amount of my own work to do, and I promised the boss I would give it priority. Here you can see that if Albert misses the point here, what Bill intends to say, he would not be able to understand that Bill actually intends to say that he would not be able to help him because he already have a lot of work to do on his own table, and the work is of the nature that which he has promised his boss to finish in time or give priority to. So if Albert doesn't understand what Bill intends to convey, he would not be able to understand what is being communicated at all. In this situation, what has been said by Bill conveys a strong implicature. We can see another example here. One of the participants in the conversation, Peter, says, "Would you drive a Mercedes?" And Mary responds, "I would not drive any expensive car." Here the word any conveys certain implicature. What is explicitly conveyed in Mary's utterance does not directly answer Peter's question. However, Mary might reasonably assume that Peter can retrieve the information in the example from his general knowledge, what and how a general communication is built. Based on that, Peter would probably be able to understand a Mercedes is an expensive car, and using this as a context will derive the implicature as in example 2, Mary wouldn't drive a Mercedes. So he would probably, by looking deep into Mary's statement, he would implicate that, or he would try to understand the statement with the following implicatures: that Mercedes is an expensive car and Mary would not like to drive any expensive car. In this situation, we can see that 1 and 2, Mercedes an expensive car and Mary would not drive a Mercedes, both are the strong implicatures, because if Peter fails to understand it, fails to catch these implications, he would not be able to understand the meaning or the message being conveyed by the Mary here. Mary expects that their exact logical form to be recovered by the other participant in the conversation. Mary is responsible for their truth, and if she fails to convey the truth, then there would be another situation. But in order to be successful for this conversation, it is important that the other partner in the conversation understand both these strong implications being conveyed by Mary. Based on the example, we can also conclude that strong implicature is an implicature that is related directly by the spoken utterances, and in any incidence of other speakers' failure to understand this implicature, the overall conversation would collapse.